You ever notice how a man starts changing without even realizing it? How his tone softens, his habits shift, and even the way he carries himself rewrites quietly, just because she walked into his life. He won't call it influence. She won't call it guidance. Nobody says anything out loud, yet something invisible moves both of them like a silent current under the surface. And that's the strange part. He doesn't know he's following her rhythm, and she doesn't know she's setting it. It just happens. It begins in small, almost forgettable moments. The kind you don't even notice until later. Maybe the first time she laughs at something he says. Not a dramatic laugh, not the kind that fills a room, but a soft, real one. Just enough for his mind to whisper, "Do that again." And he does. Soon he's saying things just to hear it again. Not consciously, not strategically, just instinctively. Like his brain is rearranging its patterns to match the environment she creates. He finds himself standing a little straighter when she walks in, speaking a little cleaner, listening a little deeper. He doesn't think about it. It feels natural, almost effortless. He tells his friends, "No man, I'm not changing for anyone." But if you look closely, he already has, not because she asked, because she reacted. And reactions, tiny, subtle, almost invisible, are the real commands that never sound like commands. There's an unspoken rule in the way women behave. A quiet influence born not from power, but from emotional precision. She doesn't need to tell him she likes it when he's confident. She just lights up a little when he is. She doesn't need to say she hates the cold tone he uses when he's irritated. She just withdraws for a second, and his entire mood recalibrates like a compass pointing back to her. He can't explain it. If you asked him why he changed his tone, he'd shrug, "I don't know, just felt right." But the truth? Her silence guided him more than any words could. Humans are reward-driven. We chase warmth, approval, connection, even when we think we're logical. A man might believe he's independent, untouched, unchanged. But his subconscious? It watches her like a radar. Every smile is a green light. Every micro-frown is a red one. And without noticing, he starts driving his life according to those signals. It's not weakness, it's instinct. We move toward what feels emotionally safe. And a woman's emotional landscape can be the safest place he's ever known. But the real twist comes here. She doesn't do any of it intentionally. Women are naturally expressive. Their eyes react before their thoughts do. Their tone shifts before their mind catches up. Their body language speaks the truth, even when their words stay silent. And he picks up on all of it, even if he doesn't realize he's learning a new emotional language in the process. Suddenly, he's texting her good morning without thinking, because somewhere in the back of his mind he remembers the softness in her voice when he did it once before. He stops snapping in arguments because he remembers how her face hardened for a fraction of a second last time. He becomes more patient, more composed, more thoughtful, not because she demanded a better version of him, but because she responded to it. That's the unspoken rule. Women don't tell men what to do. Men sense what matters to them and adjust, silently, naturally, almost beautifully. He might not even notice the shift until one day he looks at himself and wonders, why do I act differently around her? And the answer is simple, because she brings out a different side of him. Not through pressure, but through presence, through cues he didn't realize he was absorbing. Through energies he didn't know he was syncing with. And here's the wildest part. He isn't pretending. He isn't acting. He's becoming. Becoming the version of himself that feels right in her world. The version that gets the warmth, the affection, the emotional ease he didn't know he craved. She isn't molding him. She's revealing him. The man he becomes around her is a reflection of how she makes him feel. And in that bond, unspoken, unrequested, undeniable, he finds himself behaving exactly how she wants without ever being told. Call it chemistry, call it psychology, call it instinct. But one truth stands tall. Man doesn't change for a woman's words, he changes for her reactions. And that is the silent power she carries. The power that doesn't command, doesn't demand, doesn't instruct, the power that simply exists. The kind that shapes him not through force, but through feeling. The unspoken rule written not in dialogue, but in connection. He follows it without knowing. She sets it without trying. And together they create a rhythm where his behavior adjusts to her energy like a song finding its melody. Not controlled, not manipulated, just naturally aligned. quietly transformed and beautifully unconscious. That is why men behave the way she wants, even when neither of them realizes it's happening.